It's the end of week 22. I don't even know. I've actually lost track. I'll find out when I make the title. But that means that I've been playing around 5 months. On Monday, it was 5 months. So I thought I'd just talk a little bit about. I'm not actually going to play anything. Because I haven't actually prepared anything for this week. Something that I realized is that it's getting harder and harder to prepare something each week, and I'm eventually not going to be able to. And I think this week is the first week where I'm not going to be able to because the things that I'm trying to play are harder and harder, so they're taking more than 1 week to learn. Um, I could obviously show my scales or like my sight reading, but I recently did a sight reading update and I wanted to do scales not so close to sight reading updates. So what I'm going to do is every 10 weeks, I'm going to do a sight reading update. 5 weeks after that, I'm going to do a scales update every 10 weeks. So on the 5 and on the 10. And in between those, I'm going to like maybe play a piece or talk about piano or something, whatever, who knows. Moving forward, so what I've learned actually, this is what I've learned in the last 5 months. I've learned how to play a little bit. I think I'm about grade 3, grade 4-ish level with regards to actually playing the piano. That's ABRSM. I've learned a little bit of music theory, so I know like chords. You know, one chord of C major, four chord. Five, 5, 7. That chord progression, very simple chord progression, and I know how to transfer that to other keys. So obviously C major, and then you can have G major. Whoops, that's not it. Or whatever, or F major, whatever. Anyway, currently I'm learning something in F major, which is my weakest. It's one of the easier keys to learn, like one of the easier scales. But considering it's one of the easier ones, I actually still struggle with it. I even find something very hard like B harmonic minor easier to play than F major. I can play that really fast. Or whatever. But I can't. I don't think I can play F major that fast. Anyway, with regards to scales, moving on since I've started playing some scales, I'm actually at around a grade 5 level, almost grade 5 actually. I'm learning the grade 5 scales. I'm hoping that by week 25 or 26, which is when I'm going to do a scales update, I'll be able to play about half of the grade 5 scales, which means I can play all the ones before that. So grade 1 all the way through to about half of the grade 5 scales, except for arpeggios. Arpeggios, I still struggle to play quite a lot of the very simple ones, like I don't know, A minor and stuff. For some reason, I have an easier time playing C major instead of A minor, and they're the same. They're actually the same. So I don't know why that is. I just do. So I practice all the arpeggios that I know, which I'll do in the scales update. I'll show in the scales update. The question is, am I confident if I were to sit at a piano, would I be able to play? And the answer right now is, well, the short answer is no. The long answer is maybe, well, not without like some sheet music or some assistance from something, or probably not something very simple. I would be comfortable playing. There are a few pieces that I think I have in my repertoire, which maybe are not that interesting to listen to, generally speaking. But that's fine. Obviously, I've only been playing for 5 months, so I didn't expect to even be at the level that I'm at currently. So I think I'm doing really good anyway. I can do way more than I could when I started, obviously. Um, and I think my progression's really fast. So the reason I say that I'm not confident just sitting at a piano and being able to play is because of something that I want to improve on, which is hand independence. So like I said, I know some, I know basic chord progressions. I don't know how to add to those chord progressions. So I can easily just play, or whatever. I can play that. I can play that all day long. But I don't know how to add anything to that to make it a song or to make it like a little tune or something. So I can't I can maybe do something like, sorry. Or something, but I don't feel like I know what I'm doing when I do that. I'm not confident doing that. Especially for like a long stretch of time, a song length amount of time. But I think just the fact that I know that that's how to make a song, and I know what I need to practice, like I know I need to practice my hand independence and maybe a little bit, understand a bit more of the musicality behind that, then I think that puts me at a good starting point to be able to just sit down at a piano and play. Yeah, so moving forward, what do I want to do over the next 5 to 7 months? Because 7 months will make the end of the year, like the first year of me playing piano. So the first thing I want to do is improve my sight reading. My sight reading is the weakest aspect of my piano playing currently. The strongest aspect, I would say, are my scales. I'm really good with scales. So I want to improve sight reading and focus a lot on sight reading, which is hard because finding material to sight read is really difficult just by the nature of sight reading, because you need to find new material. Every time you've sight read something, you need to find something new because it now no longer serves its function. I also what I want to do at some point next year, even if it's after July, which will be the 1 year mark, at some point next year, I want to take the grade 5 ABRSM exam. And I obviously want to pass, but I want to take it next year. So that might involve taking piano lessons. It should involve that. I haven't taken any yet because I'm not sure how much I want to invest in piano lessons yet. And they can get quite expensive, obviously. So I don't really know how to look for a teacher or anything like that. So at the beginning of next year, I'm going to look into that. And yeah, so that's like my end of year goal, to take that exam. I want to try, like sub goal, I want to try and pass it with a distinction, which means I have to be good at everything. Sight reading, scales, all of it. So yeah, I've also been practicing some oral tests, oral exercises. I'm okay at that. But I need more practice for the grade 5 exam because I've seen the mock test and it's going to be pretty hard. So anyway, yeah. So goals, sight reading, ABRSM grade 5 exam. Learning the pieces for that exam, I don't think it's going to be too hard. I've looked at some of them and I think I can play them. I'm actually learning something which I think is even harder than those pieces. And I'm going to try and learn that by the end of January or the end of the year, the end of December. So that's everything. I know I didn't play this week, but at least I'm keeping myself accountable by making this. So yeah, I will play something next week. Bye bye.